Hi, and welcome to the Healing You Method. I'm Gloria Liebecker, and this is my good friend, Gail Donahue. We were talking the other day, Gail, about the practice and following through with the practice. And when I say the practice, it's really stepping into those circles of choice and how you can use those to navigate your day and to really have the clarity about what energy are you accessing when you are making choices? Because the truth is, we're making choices. Maybe they're unconscious, yet we're still making choices constantly throughout our day. And so, what I do is really do encourage people to develop a practice where they bring more awareness to their choices so they begin to recognize where they're at in time and space when they're doing that. And you remember that conversation we were having?
Yeah, I do remember that. And I've been thinking about it some more because, I think, for me, I found that it's challenging to do like a practice every day consistently. Starts out with good intentions. My brain will think, oh, this is really good. This is something I should be doing, should. Um, and I was thinking that I think, maybe part of it is if you've spent a lot of your life alone, feeling that loneliness and a belief of not belonging, it's challenging to be in a place where you're with yourself, making choices.
It's very
And
true.
yeah, I just thought, might be something that we could talk about right now in terms of it like it's recognizing and acknowledging it's normal and it's true and why it's so important to be in a community because it helps support people so much in
Yeah.
the practice and building those muscles to be able to believe in yourself and to step into the consciousness of the circles that you want to, the choices you want.
I agree. And I would just want to slow that down a little bit and kind of do a little rewind. And this is my personal experience with this work is it's not about believing in ourselves or believing in something. The belief, my experience with belief systems is there systems that have actually, we experience being imprinted with those belief systems when we're born here, when we're born
Mhm.
into this world. And I'm not going to make any of them good, wrong, bad, right, anything. I just want to recognize what they are. They're belief systems. And depending on what culture and what family and community you're born into, you're going to have a slightly different belief system.
Mhm.
So it's important to just recognize it's a belief system. And then to acknowledge when you're running that belief, whether it's thoughts or feelings, emotions, sensations, the different ways that we can begin to tune into what's actually happening when we have introspection, when we look within ourselves, especially when we're stimulated by something, to recognize, oh, what am I telling myself? And to start to recognize what is the pattern I'm running because those belief systems tend to actually reveal themselves as patterns of behavior
Mhm.
that we then navigate our life. And depending on what we've experienced, it's going to deeply embed some of those beliefs more deeply than others. And over time, that really starts to just automatically run the way that we navigate life. And in my experience, when I first started to have that be revealed, I had incredible shame about it because my belief systems is if I showed up, anybody saw me, they would not like me and they'd run like hell the other way. That I was nothing, no one, nobody should be with me ever. And it was so deeply embedded that I would go into like an immobilization response if I got too much attention from other people. And so when I would think about actually talking to somebody about this stuff, no way. That was off limits. And so when we have that kind of conditioning, I want to be really gentle, and to think about doing it in a group. Are you kidding me? That is not going to happen ever. And that was my experience when I was on my journey and starting to talk with a professional to see what I might do because I was just having such debilitating experiences. And they offered me to be in a part of a group, and I'm like, no way. So for some of us, it may be more beneficial to find one person we can begin to talk with and be honest with, and not somebody to commiserate with, or to feel sorry with us or get angry with us or whatever it is, but to begin to practice being honest about what it's like to be you. And so that's possible to reach out and to find someone to either coach you or somebody that can be like an accountability partner or an empathy buddy where you have a specific focus for your conversation to just gently begin to explore what it's like to be honest about what it's like to be you.
Mhm.
Because it can feel like you're standing on the precipice of a huge crevice, right? A crevasse. And then you don't want to fall into it because it can terrify you. And so let me just slow down a little bit and get a little feedback of what you're hearing and what comes up as you resonate with this information.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, the belief is running there, the imprint that we've all had. We
Yeah.
can sort of come at it with different ways that we want to categorize it. But that's what we will, if we're feeling that those beliefs that we've been imprinted are so strong and we've created the patterns there, it's challenging to break them alone.
Well, to interrupt them. Um, in my experience, they're really fundamental beliefs and they're going to be there. And at
Mhm.
first I was terrified. What do you mean they're going to be there always, forever and ever? I don't want that to happen. I don't like that. And then I would just get more angst about it, which actually makes the patterns even stronger.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it's like to have, so the important thing for me was to actually have an experience with another human being where I had the courage, I mustered up the courage to actually name the truth. And I was met with compassionate understanding. And like, yeah, that's true. And it's true that we can feel like it's only us. And the truth is, all humans experience this at some degree or another. All
Mhm.
humans is part of the human experience. And I'm like, really? That's like new information. And it was like, you do? And to have somebody that's willing to be vulnerable with you, it creates a container of safety. Oh, it can then the nervous system can start to relax and you can share another little piece, It's like just taking those little baby steps of honesty with ourselves can allow us to start to reclaim who we really are. When we can begin to be witnessed by somebody that can see the light within us and reflect it gently back to us, only with as much as we're in that moment able to receive. So, again, as we both know, having consent in these conversations is crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing your perspective on all of this, Gloria. It was great to hear it.
Oh, thank you. And perspective is a key thing, isn't it?
Yes, it
We can
is.
recognize what is perspective. That
Yeah.
sounds like another conversation.
Yeah, true.
Thanks, Gail.
Thank you.